Guys, congratulations on the movie. And Jamie, for yourself, I was talking to Sam and Jason there earlier, just in terms of preparing for the character. Obviously, you couldn't talk to Pat Quinlan, but how did you go about it? Did you talk to any of the other veterans?
Yeah, I did. I spoke to a couple of them. The one I spoke to most was Noel Carey, who is going to be here tonight, I believe, who I haven't actually met, but I've spoken to him on the phone a couple of times. And just invaluable, source of information. I could ask him everything I wanted to ask about Quinlan and what it was like in Jadotville at that time, and so that was pretty brilliant, because you don't always, if you're doing films that are historic or about a piece of history, often you don't have anyone who was around. Often it's so far back that no one's around. I also benefited from having Conor Quinlan, who's Pat's grandson, who's in the cast with us, so I was able to sort of pick his brains when the timing was right. And I think Richie, I think that information about this part of history is quite hard to come by at the start, but then once you get into it, there's actually plenty out there, and so there's quite a lot to draw on.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Richie, for you, obviously your main experience has been in directing music videos.
I actually been directing a lot of TV commercials.
Oh yes,
music videos is sort of a little bit in my past,
Yeah. Actually, didn't you work with Jason in a commercial?
Oh God, that's good.
Yeah.
Actually, we were in the middle of the shoot, and we were just talking about TV commercials. He goes, I did this one TV commercial in Ireland about 15, 20 years ago. I was a bellhop, and I went, I think I directed that. And it turned out we had worked together.
That's hilarious.
And then it all just came back like this fucking holy shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he looked real pretty in an actually little hat. And,
oh, bless.
I can't find it. I'm desperately trying to find it.
I'd love to see it.
I want to get it back up there.
So what made you then go from commercials and music videos to take on this? I mean, I guess it was sort of a mammoth task, because there was so much research involved.
I mean, I think probably every director wants to make movies ultimately, and most do, and so I've been trying, and I had been attached to a movie that sort of crumbled, and I had a couple of projects where I was the director, but I wasn't really producing it, producing, and then and it's very frustrating, because producers have lots of projects, so you do your bit, and then you wait, and you wait, and you wait. But Jadotville, because I was on my own with it, and just with the writer Kevin Rodbin, that just kept kind of slowly eking forward, and eventually it just ended up in a place where it was just ripe in terms of producers reacting to it and cast, and once people started reacting to that particular draft, it just took off. So that's. And
how did you get this man here involved then, or did you?
He begged me.
I did. Yeah. I'd seen that bellhop commercial. I said, if I go through life without working, whoever directed that, I'll be ashamed of myself.
Yes.
Can I be in it? I was sent the script, about a year before we started filming. I'd imagine I was attached for quite a long time. It was about a year.
Yeah.
And I sent it, and I just loved it. I loved the story. Couldn't believe I didn't know it. I was very felt very compelled to be involved in telling it and to play Quinlan. And then I met Richie. I was filming the second series of The Fall at the time in Belfast. So you hopped on a train or whatever you did from here, and we had dinner and a couple of bottles of wine. And I didn't need to be convinced though, but I met Richie and I met Al Maloney, the producer, the following week, but I was always on board. Yeah.
And then with the accent, obviously it's a bit different from your own, going from Belfast to Kerry. How did you prepare in that aspect of things?
I mean, like any other job, when you're doing an accent, you just have to work pretty hard at it. And there was some source material of Quinlan that I was able to get my hands on, Richie got for me. But very scratchy sound, and Quinlan had a very sort of high and fast Kerry accent, which we didn't think would be appropriate for trying to reach a global audience, because I didn't honestly think they'd understand it. So we had to try to neutralise it somewhat and make it more of a sort of monster leaning towards Kerry accent. But I love doing it. I enjoyed doing an accent. It's sort of part of the job I find quite fun. But you just have to, like anything, you have to practice it.
Do you maintain it then on set?
No, I didn't. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
No. I don't. I know some people feel.
Some
that's
people
important.
do. Yeah. Each their own, I guess.
No, I'd have certain lines that would just get me back into it when I needed to. But Yeah.
And finally, then earlier you mentioned The Fall,
Yeah.
and it's coming back. We're very excited about it here.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's probably nothing at all you can tell me about it, but what can you tell me about it, if anything? Nothing.
No, honestly, it's a tricky thing because there's quite major twists and turns happen.
Yeah.
But pretty early on in the series that have really changed the course of events. So if I even allude to any of them in any way, it's going to ruin it. So I can't really say. I'm in it. That's all I'll say. I'm in it.
That's good enough. That's fine.
Gillian's in it too.
Great. Well, listen, best of luck with the movie and enjoy
Thank
this
you.
evening.
Thank you
Thanks a
very
million.
much. Thanks.
Cheers.